Tonight, emotions run high at the weigh-in.
It's heartbreaking to see that you've got this opportunity and you're not grasping it.
But the drama doesn't end there. And the Dublin Fire Brigade as you've never seen them before. This is Operation Transformation. You can follow Operation Transformation online at RTÉ.ie/OT. On radio with RTÉ Radio 1 and 2FM. And you can join me, Catherine Thomas, here every Wednesday and Thursday night. Operation Transformation is real life that never follows the script.
It's not the end.
No, I just have to get better.
Now it's down to just 4 leaders to carry the load of 5 as they lead the nation ever closer towards our £1 million goal. And you can help by logging on to RTÉ.ie/OT to follow their food and fitness plans. Last week, Nolene reached her target weight loss, but only by the skin of her teeth. This week, to renew her focus, Nolene's cousin Jeanette has organised a group walk in Offaly. And that's when the responsibility that comes with being a leader really hits home.
It really was there that talking to people that I realised if I didn't follow the plan, it wasn't just me that I was letting down, it was all these people, which is a huge pressure.
We've about 80 to 100 people here every Sunday and we're doing our 5K and we're following you every step of the way as well. We're very proud of you.
I think the kick that I needed to say, look, this is not just me, I need to follow the plan for all my followers. This week I will have been the model student. Instead of being a Colleen Donna, I'll be a Colleen Mai.
Spurred on by her local followers, Nolene finally finds the bottle to take her plan seriously. And she quickly finds she can't escape those little reminders of their support.
Oh my God.
And after a litany of excuses last week, now teacher Nolene's turned honours student, even applying herself to her homework.
I have it all in a beautiful folder. With planning, I made sure again that I had much more of a variety in my food.
Nolene even gets a gold star from her grandnieces.
Oh, they're gorgeous. Let me see.
But having a starring role as a leader is reminding Nolene of another part of her life she has been neglecting.
I would be involved in Leak Slip musical and variety group because I lived there for several years, my second family. I don't know why, but I'm usually cast as the wicked stepmother.
Once there was a wicked witch.
No! Did you really think I would let you succeed in your task?
I take it it's my good acting, but I have been typecast.
But lately, Nolene's confidence has prevented her from treading the boards.
In the last few years, I have taken a step back from being on stage, in that I will be very conscious of my weight. I don't want to be the fattest dancer on stage. And when you are with a large group of the girls, you know, very, very slim and very, very fit, you're kind of going, look, forget about it.
But with her recent weight loss, Nolene's confidence is making a comeback. And for one night only, she's back in the spotlight as guest judge in her local Strictly Come Dancing competition, hosted by former Mr. World, Kamal Ibrahim.
Absolutely thrilled to be here. It's an opportunity that I never thought that I'd get.
I think what I'll be looking for is a little bit of chemistry between the dancers.
Now I gotta cut loose, put loose, kick off the Sunday's shoes.
It's a 10 from Nolene. And speaking of a perfect score,
I only ever ran if I was chased or if I was chasing something. I didn't see any point. You know?
I'm going to watch you now.
You have to watch me
on
now.
Those scales.
Say it's your move.
It's your move. It's your move.
Yes.
it's time for Nolene's quick step to the scales. Good luck. Off you go. OK, Nolene, last week you were 11 stone, 2.5 pounds. Your target was to lose 2 pounds. And today, you weigh 11 stone and half a pound, which is a loss of 2 pounds.
That was an incredible week. I'm really, really impressed. So I am. I'm impressed the fact that you're at the centre stage of your own life. That energy and vitality and happiness is just surging through. I can really see that. And you're the baddest, wickedest witch I've ever seen. You've lost another 1.5 inches off your waist. That's 4.5 inches in total since the show has begun.
And possibly next week in the 10 stones.
I've been trying for the past 1.5 years to lose some weight and lose inches, and for 1.5 years I couldn't, and yet I've done it in 3 weeks with this. That I find really amazing myself. I'm a little bit apprehensive, as in, can I keep, you know, the weight loss going? But hopefully I will.
Of course you will, Nolene. If you're following Nolene, then go to RTÉ.ie/OT to access her food and fitness plan. We know that healthy eating habits are established at a young age. So this year, we're on a mission to tackle primary school lunchboxes across the nation. It's time for Operation Healthy Lunchbox. Lunches contribute more to sugar and salt intake than any other meal of the day and often lack key nutrients for growth and development.
It can be a minefield for parents even understanding what are good options. Any food that is targeted at children are generally not suitable for children. For the most part, what we want are foods that are lower in sugar, have less processing and more fibre in them.
So to kickstart our mission, Aoife and I snuck into Sculwera Ballyboden to surprise second class and have a sneak peek in their lunchboxes. Hello? What a welcome! Are you deadly? Good. Okay, well, we're in the right place then. Okay, so will we get our lunchboxes out? Okay, let's do it. What's inside here?
A sandwich with brown bread.
Ooh, do you like these? Why do you like this so much? I don't know. This is just what you're given to eat every day. Oh, I see something very tasty in this lunchbox.
I have chicken tikka sandwiches and loads of oranges.
Oh, wonderful. And do you know what vitamin is in oranges?
I think it's vitamin C.
Yeah, it is.
The kids certainly knew what they liked.
Hot dogs. I like to have a chocolate bar.
Okay, what type?
Twirl.
Another twirl.
Cabbages and kebabs.
So your favourite food is cabbage and kebabs. There's an interesting mix.
And a lot knew what they didn't like.
Sprouts.
Sprouts.
Sprouts. Sprouts.
And some even went against the grain, much to Aoife's delight.
So I see sprouts in your lunchbox. Good woman yourself, and all these other children saying they don't like sprouts, but you like sprouts. And how often do you get sprouts in your lunchbox?
This is only the first time.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
The great sprout swindle sorted, Aoife and her research assistant have some important findings to report.
Think about the labelling.
If there are lots of ingredients in something, it will generally suggest it's not a healthy food.
Variety counts.
It doesn't have to be a ham sandwich every single day. You know, leftovers from dinner can be a really good option. Don't be afraid to try new things.
And finally, remember to get us kids involved.
Many children are very interested in what's happening, and allow them certain control over what gets into their lunchbox as well, I think can really help.
Armed with Aoife's top tips, you're all set to take on our mission. Get munching on those healthy lunches and send us in your photos. Who knows, next week we could be surprising your school.
And we could be talking to your classroom live on Breakfast Republic on 2FM next week.
Sure, go on.
It's Operation Healthy Lunchbox.
Upload your class's photos on our website, where you'll also find Safe Food's Healthy Lunchbox leaflet with advice on great lunch options. Join us after the break for our final weigh-in of the week.
If I was sitting at home watching you now, I'd be like, what is he doing? Like, seriously, what is he doing?
And our leaders scale new heights in this week's challenge.
Look at me, Lucy, look, just look at me, just look at anything else.
But first, a challenge for you at home.
Tonight's ab break challenge is a pelvic floor kick, and it's suitable for everyone in the room. So off the couch and onto the floor. From here, knees bent, hands by the side, pelvis to the ceiling, and back down. 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, up you get.
Push it. Push it real good. Push it. Push it real good.
And 3, 2 more. 2, 1 to go. And 1, and relax.
So come on, Ireland. No excuses. Get your bums off the couches. You got to use it to lose it.
It's your move.
We're at the halfway point of this year's series, but the real transformation is only just beginning. In 12 months' time, we want Ireland to be £1 million lighter. And so far, over 28,000 of you have weighed in to help us reach that goal.
Tá méid Jenny van Dúsland milliún punt.
I've lost 8 pounds.
I've lost 4 pounds.
I've lost 9 pounds.
I'm Mary and I've lost 4 pounds.
Together, we've lost 272 pounds in 2 weeks.
And on this mission, we're not alone. Dogs all over the country have been dragging their owners out to help us achieve our £1 million goal. This is Operation Transformation. I love it. And this pack of dogs are leading the challenge in County Tipperary.
Our mission this month with Operation Transformation is to encourage people to get out and get active.
Like, your dog is your best fitness partner. That's what I've come to realise. Milo's not going to text me at 5:30 in the evening and say he wants to watch Grey's Anatomy and he's not coming for his walk. Milo's standing at the door waiting with his lead, you know, let's go.
With 50% of dogs now overweight, man's best friend is also giving pause for concern.
She should have a waist. Okay, so her body shouldn't be one straight uniform line. It should go out over her ribs, go in at her waist.
And this is one shaggy dog story that's heading for a happy ending.
In the first 4 weeks, he's actually lost a kilo, so it's a steady quarter of a kilo each week.
I've lost 7 pounds and she's lost a kilo, so everything is good.
I've lost 3 pounds.
And those human pounds all count, bringing Ireland's total weight loss to over £40,000. It's not too late to get on board. Log on to RTÉ.ie/OT to make your weight loss count.
Come on, Ireland, it's your move.
Since day one of the plan, Dr. Eddie has been concerned about how John manages his life.
When I look at all the relationships in your life with food, family, booze and work. I can't think of one relationship that is working at the moment.
Halfway through the programme, Dr. Eddie is not convinced John has addressed these problems. And he's worried the underlying issues could be holding John and his family back.
Work has come up a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, work has dominated my life.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, no matter how I met my life, my work was always
priority.
The number one wanted.
Where is that now, Eva?
It's still priority. It always will be. Unless things change.
Okay, and what are you hoping for?
I'm hoping that he'll get a work-life balance. And not just for me, but for him. Actually, I probably want it more for him than I do for myself. And I want it for Amber, because he doesn't realise how much he's missing out on.
But I think I have started to change, haven't I? No, yeah.
But I can't really answer that because, you know, since Operation Transformation started, like, it's been a real roller coaster that you won't know if change has started to take place until after this.
That, in a way, it sounds like you've heard John talk the talk a bit before, but not necessarily follow through.
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah. Yeah, a lot of times. It'd never follow through.
My drinking would have been challenged before, and my going out would be challenged before, and you'd make all the promises in the world and you may not follow up on them.
Talk to me about alcohol and where that's...
If John was to finish work at 11 o'clock, then he would socialise till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But John was entitled to do that.
And who gave him that entitlement?
Himself. There was never a discussion on it.
Okay. It's about rows.
There would be an absolute flaming row over it.
I'd say you probably had a dependency on alcohol as a stress buster. You know?
I wouldn't agree with that, to be honest.
Okay.
No.
Okay. What would you think?
Yes, I would say the opposite, John.
Okay. It's certainly impacting on your family relationship, on you. All the drinking, eating, that comes at the expense of others.
Well, I wouldn't get any satisfaction out of burning other people just for me to be happy.
Oh, so I'm not saying you're doing it deliberately. Well, at some level, you are going to the pub deliberately. You are working massive hours deliberately, and it has an impact. But I do think that the early death of your mum and dad, and that you're put in a responsibility at 21 to rear your teenage brothers, that your young adulthood was taken away from you, and you were put into a provider role very early, and you equate to provide, I must work. And that's where I think a lot of it's come from.
Okay, and it hasn't stopped then.
So if I said to you, what is it that you want a provider to be doing?
It's more about being together. It's about being a part of it, part of any family activity, as opposed to providing. If you're working, providing money, or providing, they're all materialistic things.
Quite often men miss that. That's not what families want and what partners want. Have you thought about anything like that before?
I know myself, but to put it in place is the problem.
What is it about going forward that could help things work out?
Change of attitude and communication and plans and being on the same par.
I think what you said there is critical.
I know, but this is why I went on this journey with Operation Transformation, to get the foundation in place for Yvonne, for us going forward, for Amber.
Then it's about getting that life plan in place so you can move from your relationships being out of kilter to your relationships, and the most important relationship, your family, being in sync.
And can I just say that it's 2 or 3 weeks into this, you are doing very, very well. It is a journey, it is a process. And for the fact that you want things to be better, like that alone is fantastic.
To help get the family back on track, Dr. Eddie has asked them to create a vision board.
Sometimes planning a new future together starts with a blank canvas.
By setting out their goals and aspirations on the board, Dr. Eddie is hoping they can map out their future as a family.
That's you.
That's Daddy, Dad.
Super.
Will John's vision include a significant drop on the scales? Up you get. All right, John, last week you were 21 stone, 5.5 pounds. Your target was to lose 4 pounds. And today you weigh 21 stone, 3 pounds, which is a loss of 2.5 pounds.
John, I've been tough on you from week one because I felt you were talking the talk and not really putting it into action. And I have to be honest with you, I can't believe that you're following the plan when I see a woman half your weight and older than you losing the same amount of weight as you 2 weeks in a row.
This week was bang on the button. And last week, I thought last week was bang on the button. There's only one of us home Monday night. And Yvonne sat down and she went through everything. And there was 1 or 2 meals that was kind of swapped around. But this week was bang on the button, everything.
I think, Eddie said last week, old John, old habits, new John, new habits. I don't think we've seen new John. I don't believe there's been any change, to be honest. There are people around the country who are looking up to you as their leader. And if I was sitting at home watching you now, I'd be like, what is he doing? Like, seriously, what is he doing?
No, I feel bad for them, but I feel bad for myself as well.
But it's within your control, John. That's the thing. Other people watching TV can't change you. You can change you. Like, I saw this week how much Yvonne wants you to change. But no matter how much she wants it, she can't do it for you. I could see it. She just wants it so much for you, for her, for your family as a unit. And for your daughter, like, it's heartbreaking to see that you got this opportunity and you're not grasping it.
But if I could not work any harder at either the food plan or the exercise than I worked at last week.
Last week you said the same.
Yeah, and then this week we really took stock. Really took stock.
I can see you're annoyed and frustrated, but I do think the only thing that can change today's result is thinking about what maybe hasn't worked as well and how we can make that work better.
I can't see where I can work harder, to be honest. You know, I followed the meal plan. The only thing, maybe the breakfast too late in the morning. Things are running a bit late that way. You know, I don't.
This week's challenge reaches new heights at the home of the GAA, Croke Park.
Never in my life did I think I would be togging out in Croke Park.
And just when Lucy thought she was back on solid ground, our leaders are meeting the Dublin Fire Brigade on the Etihad Skywalk, 44 metres above the hallowed turf of Croke Park.
Wait till she comes around the corner.
Don't look down, Luce.
You're about to complete a real-life firefighter exercise.
The team's challenge is to rescue a casualty on a stretcher from the top of one of the world's largest stadiums and carry them 17 stories down to an ambulance waiting outside the GAA Museum. But this week, there's a twist. Have our OT leaders got what it takes to save themselves? John is waiting halfway down, ready to play the victim. But it's Claire who's thrown into the game first, as she's lowered into the stretcher.
Someone mentioned, was it claustrophobic? No, I don't like that at all.
I thought that they would be dummies and not real people. Literally, their lives were in our hands.
The leaders have just 30 minutes to complete the challenge.
And left.
When we were up so high, I just couldn't focus.
Come on, come on, come on. It's 30 minutes. You can't be taking a break after 10 feet.
My hand kept slipping. Yeah, I didn't mind being dropped there. I mean, it was grand. But they didn't drop me that much, I don't think. I just kept dropping her.
Lads, come on here. There's someone in this site.
Nolene, swap places with Lucy. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Don't kick her in the head.
Nolene had great inner strength to get the momentum going.
This is good, Nolene. This is great from you. Come on, Lucy. You're freeloading at the moment. You're freeloading. Everybody else is picking up your workload.
The vertical lifts they weren't very nice at all. I think I kept my eyes closed for most of it.
You had to keep looking at the casualty, that you weren't bong, 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 their head down the steps.
I wasn't laughing. Just had visions of Claire just going bing straight onto the pitch.
But Claire has reached half-time in one piece and can now hit the subs bench. Because all 21 stone and 3 pounds of John is now entering the game.
Folks, you've got 8 minutes left. Let's move. You have them up. Let's move.
If one of them drops you, like you're only going one way, it's tumble over and tumble out. You feel like a bit of a plick, to be honest.
The leaders have rounded a corner and entered the final section. 7 levels of spiral walkway that leads to the waiting ambulance. But have they got the strength left to make it to the final whistle?
So dig in deep. Come on, Ollie, don't drop it. Come on, dig in deep.
I was absolutely exhausted.
With the clock running down, the leaders have no choice but to drag the stretcher to the end.
I can see the ambulance from here. We've one more level to go.
Just had to go hell for leather.
1 minute left, folks. 60 seconds.
Come on, let's go.
We're not giving up now.
Push it, push it, push it.
We've come so far.
Give me every last ounce of your energy.
Go for it.
Outstanding.
There's no penalties needed, as Nolene and Lucy have got their casualty out in time. But for our other 2 leaders, the exercise has thrown up a couple of yellow cards.
I mean, the focus really is on the fact that they did find it so difficult to lift me due to my weight and everything.
If something does happen to you down the road, do you know who's going to be there? Who's going to do it? Who's going to be able to lift you?
Last weekend, over 9,000 of you lined out for Park Run in over 40 locations right across the country, smashing attendance records for the 2nd week in a row. It's not too late to join in. Over the next 4 weeks, our OT ambassadors will get you on the way to running your first 5K on the 20th of February, the day a nation runs together. Register for Park Run online now. Tune into OT on 2FM from 9 a.m. this Saturday and get down to your local Park Run for our weekly 0 to 5K training. All the details are on our website. See you there.
Well, Thursday is the night for formidable females here on RTÉ One. Alicia fights to uphold a client's right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty in The Good Wife at 11:45. That's after Dr. Foster begins to plot her revenge at 10:15.